Police Department is continuing the investigation into the shooting of Tariq Artis yesterday afternoon that occurred in front of 605 South 14th Street. He's still hospitalized in critical condition, and we expect him to be there for several more days yet. Just to recap some of the events that occurred yesterday, a Lincoln police officer observed Tariq Artis in a vehicle as it was in the area of 8th Street, 10th to 11th, recognized him from an individual that had fled from him in the latter part of July. He turned around on the vehicle and stopped the vehicle in the area of 12th and K Street. As he was getting Tariq out of the vehicle, Tariq shoved the officer and fled in an eastbound direction. The officer recognized what he thought was a handgun in the waistband of Tariq as he fled. He broadcast that information out to area officers over the police radio, and area officers responded to that particular area and were looking for an individual fleeing the area. We also received at least one 911 call from an individual who reported seeing an individual running down the alley with a handgun in their hand. A Lancaster County Sheriff's deputy was in the area of South 14th Street, just south of Lincoln Mall, and saw Tariq fleeing, running across the street. He exited his vehicle, and there were some witnesses that indicated that they heard the deputy say some things such as stop, drop it, drop the weapon. Others heard the word police. There were also some citizens that observed Tariq point a handgun in the direction of the Lancaster County deputy. I should mention that the Lancaster County deputy was in uniform. There was also some members of the Metro Fugitive Task Force that were present at the time that the handgun was pointed in the direction of the two deputies. They fired at that particular time, striking Tariq several times. A first aid was then rendered to Tariq, and medical units were summoned, and he was transported to a local area hospital. He underwent surgery for right around 2 hours yesterday afternoon, and right now, from information that I have, he is in stable condition. So far, the investigation has revealed that Tariq was carrying a .45 caliber semi-automatic handgun, fully loaded with 1 round in the chamber. He also had 2 additional magazines on him that were fully loaded. So he had on his person 22 rounds of ammunition. He was definitely carrying a weapon for a purpose. We also recovered numerous individual packages of illegal narcotics, and that was more than likely the reason for him probably to be fleeing. If anyone has not been talked to by the police that may have witnessed something, we would ask them to contact the Lincoln Police Department at 441-6000, or if they wish to remain anonymous, they can contact Crime Stoppers at 475-3600. This was a tragic event, and by the grace of God, no one lost their life as a result of this. These events highlight the dangers that the law enforcement men and women in our community are facing every day. Unfortunately, there seems to be too many of these occurrences that are occurring around the country. People are choosing to use firearms against law enforcement officers, and our community is not immune to this. We still have those vivid memories of Mr. Tyson Hubbard, who was shot and killed while pulling a handgun on officers on March 5th of this year in the 6500 block of North 28. Hopefully no one will wind up losing their life. Questions?
What type of narcotics? Was it meth or marijuana?
Not going to say at this time.
Okay.
And you said 2 deputies, but was one?
One was a deputy U.S. Marshal.
Okay.
What was the alley that he was running through that he was spotted with the gun?
I think it was 8th Street, 12th to 13th. but I think that's what it was.
So-
I'm sorry.
Which way? So it's H Street, in between, right in the middle of the
I
block?
think it was G to H, 12th to 13th.
And it was the block, it was the alley going
Eastbound.
eastbound, okay.
Where was he shot?
Where was he shot?
Yes.
Not what I was saying.
How many times was he shot?
Sorry.
You don't have an actual number?
Not to release.
Do you know how many shots were fired by officers?
Yes, but I don't want to release that at this particular time.
Did he fire any shots?
It does not appear as though he fired any shots.
And what is his condition again? Critical, stable?
Critical, but stable is my understanding.
Were there any stray bullets and where did they hit?
I'm not aware of stray bullets, but then I guess that's the definition of whatever you call a stray bullet. So.
Was any damage anyplace else?
No, I'm not aware of any other damage.
Do you think that he'll be, when he's charged, or if he's charged with anything from this, what will it be? Will any stem from the July 24th incident?
The July 24th incident will be, or 24th or 23rd. I thought it was the 23rd, but I have heard a couple of other dates on that as well. Those were traffic incidents, so they weren't necessarily criminal incidents.
What could he be charged with from yesterday?
Oh, there's several things that he could be charged with, but it's a little bit early to wind up drawing to conclusions on that.
And where were the packages of gun bags?
They were found with Mr.
In his pockets?
Well, I don't want to wind up going into that detail.
Is there surveillance video from the Capitol?
Yes and no. There is some surveillance video, although quite a bit of the incident did happen outside of the view of the camera.
Did you have to put the Capitol on lockdown along with the other schools nearby?
I don't know. This unfolded pretty fast, and he was taken into custody pretty fast. So I am aware that at least Lincoln Public Schools had gotten involved in doing a lockdown, but I think they did that by monitoring our radio.
Do you know yet the time of how long all of this took place?
No.
Where is the investigation now? Like, what are the next steps?
We're still doing interviews and things, trying to identify other people that may have witnessed anything that may have occurred, as well as making sure that we're doing a good, thorough, complete job of trying to identify other businesses or residences that may have video surveillance equipment that we might be able to capture.
Could you quickly review what was found on his person again? Sorry.
We recovered a handgun along with 2 additional magazines, a total of 22 rounds of ammunition, and multiple individually wrapped packets of illegal narcotics.
So just to be clear, the 2 additional magazines were, and a third in the pistol as well, so 3 total?
Yes, that's
okay.
correct.
Okay.
What was the handgun found?
I'd rather not say.
But was it close to him, or was it? Did he drop it someplace, while he was running?
No, it was definitely very close to him. Everything that we have gotten from citizens in regards to what they have observed and reported to us has pretty well been consistent.
And then how many witnesses did you guys talk to? Have you talked to so far? A general number?
No idea.
There were quite a few, though.
Yeah, there were quite a few, and the reason why I don't really have any idea is we still have investigators that haven't completed their reports on it yet and stuff. So the one thing about it is, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's by some businesses that had office staff in it. So, we're pretty fortunate that there were a lot of people that observed what had taken place.